So if I had to think of one of my most favorite Marvel characters of all time, it would have to be Blade. Not just because of his significance to the MCU movies that we know today, but just who he is as a character. I mean, just the coat, the sword, the martial arts. Wesley freaking Snipes playing the role to perfection back in the 90s. I mean, everything about Blade just screams total badass. So when I got word that a little company called Sawtooth was releasing their own Wesley Snipes inspired Blade figure, I was completely for it. Anywho, welcome back guys, this is Dare coming to you with another review video, and today we'll be looking at the Sawtooth Toys Blood Hunter figure. So yeah, Blood Hunter. Totally not Blade. Yeah, I'm sure they're not trying to get sued into oblivion by Marvel, so they're not calling it Blade, but we all know it is. So for the remainder of this review, I will be calling the figure Blade. Alright, figure comes in this black box, no window, just the box, and the contents includes the figure. Oop, something just fell out. The contents includes the figure in this packaging. And this is the paper that just fell out of the package, and it is in Japanese, so I can't read it. Alright, here is the contents of the box, so let's get it out of the trays and check it out. Alright, and this is Blade out of the plastic, and wow, I'm definitely impressed with what I'm seeing here. It is definitely a higher end figure, just from the soft goods, the head sculpt, and the accessories that he comes with. So you definitely can see that he is not your typical figure that you'll just find anywhere. Very impressed. And just getting Blade into some cool poses. I did notice that the articulation is a little bit hindered by the soft goods, unfortunately. I mean, you can get him in certain poses that you know from Blade and the movies and whatnot, but like things like the coat, for example, like you can't really bend the arms as far as you'd like to, and you can't really do a lot of high kicks because of the pants without the risk of tearing. And definitely the vest. The vest is an issue because it's that hard plastic and you can't really get the ab crunch motion that you would want. So, I mean, the soft goods, it's a nice addition, but it does hinder a lot of the articulation. But it is a nice looking figure though. It does look good. It'll look good on your shelf if you have it with other characters like your Midnight Suns or like your supernatural spooky characters. So he will look good for that. And if any of you have Mezco figures, you'll probably understand like how figures like this work with the soft goods and like the limited articulation. So won't be surprised. Here's some close-ups in hand of Blade, and it does look nice in hand, very nice. And just some close-ups of him with his sunglasses on. And one thing I do have to say about this figure is the head sculpt is amazing. Like, this is one of the best head sculpts for Blade I've ever seen. You know, just the skin tone, the hair, the facial hair, it looks so detailed. It just looks so real. Just a close-up of Blade without his sunglasses on, and immediately I noticed that he looks like Wesley Snipes, but then he doesn't at the same time. Like, his likeness is inspired by Wesley Snipes because he looks different, if you know what I mean. And I guess that has to do with like the rights issue. Like, he can't look like Wesley Snipes, otherwise they'll get sued, but he definitely looks inspired by him. And just turn the figure around, it does look like the back of his head. Like, it does have the Wesley Snipes cut down, like the aesthetic, like the tattoos on the back of his neck, the hair, it does look like him. And the back of the coat does have a little slit so you can put his sheath for his sword on the back, just like in the movies. So that's a really nice detail. I'm just admiring the head once again, very nice. Now this is the angry screaming Blade head, and I do love the details on this one. Yeah, the camera doesn't do much justice, but if you just see what I see, it looks amazing. You can even see the veins popping out of his head. I mean, how did they do that? that is so cool. You can see the veins, you can see his forehead tensing, you can see his teeth with that wash. It looks like very animalistic for a vampire. It just looks amazing. Yeah, I love this. If they did anything right, they did get the head sculpt down very well. Yeah, I am very pleased with this. Very cool. Okay, now looking at the body of the figure, just looking at some of the details on his vest. This vest definitely looks like it was inspired by maybe the recent Deadpool Wolverine Blade vest. So And I wasn't really a fan of that, but it's okay. And it has a little holster for his piece there, like his little strap there. And has the strap for his silver stakes, his silver. And the shoes, they look nice, nice plastic. Very good articulation with that. And yeah, the cloth of the soft goods, it does look nice. Yeah, very smooth. This is the coat without blade, and no wire, unfortunately, so it's not wired, but I think you probably could still get it in some cool poses as you do pose them around, and the material's nice. Looks like it was very, very well made. I don't know what this material is called. If someone knows what it is, comment in the video, but the material is nice. Feels very, very smooth. And now for the accessories. So this is something that I didn't know they did. So it's die cast. The sheath is plastic, but the sword is die cast. And if I just take it out here, you can even see that it's not plastic. It looks like metal. It's shiny, and it even has like a little bit of a metal weight to it. Like it doesn't feel like just something light. It's actually very good die cast material. Even the shotgun, the shotgun that he has is die cast as well, because it has some weight to it. When you hold it in the hand, you can really feel it. So it's very, very good material. And even his bladed boomerang thing, even that's die cast as well. It unfolds, and you can even feel some of the weight on this too. And yeah, this is his piece. That's die cast as well. A little lighter, but you can still feel it. I don't know if y'all can hear this, but definitely die cast. You can just hear the metals clanking together. Very cool. I'm not sure what this is, but it definitely reminds me of that bladed whip weapon that Blade had in Blade Trinity. It's like very, very similar. And Blade does come with a little stand, so all the plastic pieces for the stand are inside of this base. So all I gotta do is just take it out and pose him how you like. So pretty neat. All right, so I took off his coat so you could see what he looks like without it, and also have a look at the articulation. So this is what he looks like. So yeah, let's have a look here. So without the coat, he actually can bend his arms a little bit more, so he's not hindered as much, and you can see the butterfly joint there, so he can move around like so and bend like this. So very neat. Yeah, so yeah, I like the material on the shirt. It's very cool. And then here's some leg articulation. So as you can see, I can't do the splits because I might tear the pants, so that's unfortunate. So I don't want to rip it, so I'm gonna just go that far. Leg articulation, they can bend back this far. So you can see like that. Okay, then the left leg can bend this far as well. So not too bad. Then more hip articulation, so it's very smooth. Move it around pretty good on that ball joint. Doesn't get stuck, and it pops off pretty well too if you want to swap out the heads. Then, of course, as you can see, the ab crunch is non-existent because of the vest, so you can't really ab crunch at all. So that's a little unfortunate, but he's wearing a vest, so I guess he wouldn't be able to ab crunch anyway, so it kind of makes sense. As you can see, Blade comes with a pair of close-fisted hands. He also comes with a pair of some open hands for holding his weapons, like so. He also comes with open hands with trigger fingers for his pew-pews. He also comes with some open palm hands as well. Now measuring him, he stands at a little bit over 6 inches tall, as you can see. Okay, and here is Sawtooth Blade next to Marvel Legends Strange Tales Blade, the one that came with the Build-A-Figure piece recently. And here's Blade next to some of his Midnight Suns brethren. So we have Ghost Rider, Brother Voodoo, Magic, and Moon Knight. And he does scale very well with Marvel Legends, as you can see, so he'll fit right in with your collection of Midnight Suns or other supernatural spooky characters. And here's Blade next to some other notable vampires. We have Morbius, we have Vampirella, and Dracula. All right, so final thoughts on Sawtooth Blade. I do like the figure. I think it's really awesome, but I don't think it's for everybody, if that makes sense. Think about it like this. If you want a highly detailed Blade figure that you can just aura farm in your collection that has limited articulation and you don't mind, go with this one or get the Mezco figure if that's your thing. Now, if you want a Blade figure that has better articulation, that you can get into better poses and is a little bit cheaper, just go with Marvel Legends. Maybe wait for Hasbro to put out 1998 Blade, because they've been stepping up the game a lot lately, so I could see them doing that pretty soon. But anyways, if you made it this far into the video, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Later.